bugs.
So should you eat canned tuna? Experts say that the fish is a great source of heart-healthy nutrients and protein, but are the benefits the same when they come in a packaged can? With us now to talk about this is nutritionist Shari Bookvar. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I mean, it's very accessible, the canned stuff.
It is.
What are you thinking?
It's easy. It is. And one of the recent studies showed that canned light tuna in water actually is higher in EPA and DHA, which is a positive. Not to mention it's high in protein. This is a controversy that has been going on for a while. Is what about the benefits of the tuna in the can versus the negative of perhaps mercury and also BPA that's in some of the lining? This is a big controversy, and you have the FDA who says that 2 servings of a fish meal per week is fine, and then you have other people who argue the mercury point or the BPA. It's hard for me as a nutritionist, as a registered dietitian when I talk to people, but there's a couple of things. Number one is I would never recommend eating one type of fish all of the time. You always want to mix it up. So if one week it's tuna and salmon, one week maybe it's halibut and shrimp.
I think a lot of people, though, I would only have tuna. Like, it's not like I'm going to go to salmon or anything. I think there are a lot of people, if they're going to have fish, it's only going to be tuna fish out of a can.
And let's also remember, too, a lot of people eat sushi as well. So you've also got the sushi tuna, too. Now, there are some brands that are now doing something called pole caught and troll caught, which is where they catch the tuna at a younger age, so it's a smaller fish. So there's actually less mercury in that canned tuna. And in addition, many of those brands, the brands that have it, don't use BPA in their lining too. So you can seek out the brands that are doing the troll caught, pole caught, as well as no BPA.
Right. One of the I do buy the pole caught if I buy it in the can. But you know what's also delicious? Talk to us about this. Is you can buy tuna in a glass jar.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
yes you can. So then you're not worried about the BPA, but the mercury is still there. So the mercury issue. And listen, everybody processes nutrients different. Personally, myself, I was eating a lot of fish for a while. I had high mercury. A friend of mine who was eating just as much fish as I was tested for mercury. She was fine. So I think it's on an individual basis. And again, variety is key.
Should people be testing for mercury?
You know, I recommend it. It can't hurt to find out where you are, but the bottom line is with any food, always vary. So you get different types of nutrients, especially with protein, different types of omegas from fish. So
it's easy to go on kicks. I think like a lot of guys working out, they'll go on the can of tuna every day and all that sort of thing. All right, let's go to cereal. Starting off your day with a bowl of cereal could be one of the healthiest things you do all day. Here's another thing that I'm surprised to read that because I associate cereal with sugar, and milk has a ton of sugar that I think people don't think about either. But obviously, there's benefits here, too.
Right. So I have been a fiber proponent for years. Whether it's cereal fiber, which this study was showing, or fiber that's similar to found in cereals that can be found in any kind of whole grain product. So certain types of bread, cereal, rice, pasta, whole grains. You know, the issue is never carbs, in my opinion. It's eating the right types of carbs, the higher fiber carbs in smaller portions. So this study was looking at cereal fiber that the people who had, it was a little over 10 grams of cereal fiber per day, lived longer and had lower death from diabetes as well as cancer. And there's a lot of places to find.
So it's still confusing. Give us an example of a cereal that fits the checkoff boxes.
So my rule guideline for years is trying to find a cereal with at least 5 grams of dietary fiber per serving. There are many of them out there. If you look at the nutrition facts label, it's very easy under dietary fiber. You can look for that. You can also look on boxes of pasta, whole grain, whole wheat, multigrain. You have to look at the dietary fiber, though. You can't just go by something that says whole wheat or whole grain because it may not have enough in there. There's a lot of cereal bars out there, some which
what about the high sugars like he was talking about?
Well, you know, you have to be careful too, because sometimes they take a high sugar cereal and add extra, what we call added fibers to it. So I try to look for something that's a true whole grain versus just adding processed fibers to it.
Right. They've got a lot of ways to make sugary things seem healthy.
Absolutely.
That's what you keep an eye for.
Absolutely.
Shari Bookvar, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
All right, let's talk.